Well, hello, my beautiful Aquarians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for August 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, you may notice the guide chimes have been reinstated, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound, okay? So, let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, this is your monthly reading for August. I can't believe we're here already, but here we are. Time really is flying on by. Now, I don't know if you noticed in the guide chimes, you know, the energy of it was very thoughtful, very diligent. It felt there was some sort of repetitive or routine energy going on here. There was one note that kept coming back through the whole of the sound. So I feel a lot of you are focused on something that has been consistent. You know, consistency often leads to success there. I do feel there's a breakthrough or something that comes to a natural end, whether it's a project or, you know, a cycle that you've been going through or preparing for. I feel there is a positive conclusion there. But also, I was given this energy of... well, let's just put it this way. I was hearing in the background of all of that, because I'm clairaudient as well, I heard a theme tune to an advert. And it's so random. I was just hearing just one cornetto, okay? And that's an advertisement for an ice cream. So either someone out there is eating an ice cream as I'm doing this reading, or I can't imagine it's that. But it could also be that this is the month where you treat yourself, or you feel like you really need a break to treat yourself. I mean, some of you may be heading off to Italy, because of course that was always perceived as an advertisement about someone eating an ice cream in Italy. Okay, so perhaps that's you out there needing a break. But I feel more than anything, this is a month where you really take stock of things, treat yourself. I mean, your first house is influencing you, so that is about you taking space and time for you, carving out, you know, some alone time, or, you know, being very cerebral, thoughtful. So please apply it to your situation. I'm going to leave that there, get straight to your cards, because it was just so random that it came through there. But we have officially moved into fabulous Leo season, which is, of course, a time to shine your light and take the center stage in your life. This month is all about leadership and empowerment, and you've got the Emperor the card right there. So that tells me right away that you are tapping into the energy of August. With a powerful stride, shall we say. August encourages you to be flamboyant, enjoy yourself, be bold, be daring, and motivated to accomplish so much by taking all your priorities off your to-do list and, of course, you know, leaving enough time for you to bask in all your glory with quality time to pamper yourself. as well as carve out time for your soul tribe. You know, this month is all about energy. It's about confidence, creativity, vitality, and self-expression. I think they want that card, yes. To be unapologetically you, of course, which puts you on course to attract more positive outcomes in your future. And you have the Sun card, which is your future position there. So there is a lot more positivity as you move through August there for you. Of course, this month is governed by the Sun, and you got the Sun card. So your focus will turn to your identity because of your first house. Also, your courage to pursue your goals and dreams and passions with heart-led purpose. August will align you to lead with love, positivity, and joy in order to seek fun and adventure, despite some of the challenges that we have all been experiencing recently. Now, August sees you pushing back. It's time to peacock your wonderful self, get out there, have fun. Perfect month to have a getaway, if funds allow. Perhaps diddly for some of you, but whether it's a staycation or a vacation, it will give you the space to assess your personal direction, your life philosophy, belief system, and be really ready to reinforce those structures on your return. You know, this is a time to remain on target and make great strides forward. Mars moves into Libra on the 6th of August, increasing your zest for life by doing more things that you love. So a diary jam-packed with curious events and maybe even spontaneous invitations will really try to encourage you out to play. Now, it is a perfect time to fall in love with your life again, but also to, meet a soulmate if you're open to love at this time. Existing relationships reignite that sensual spark and closeness as well, and friendships deepen during this time too, because it's all about unity. Also, the Lionsgate portal, it's currently activated, but it will peak on the 8th of August. This is a time where the powerful 8-8 portal opens up a transformative energetic flow to connect you to higher vibrations. And this alignment facilitates the opportunity to manifest your dreams into reality, but of course using inspired action, because all of your proactive hard work starts to really deliver tangible results. Now, the 10th of August sees a very powerful planetary parade, shall we say, where 6 planets align, reinforcing these manifesting opportunities. Now, astrologically, there have been so many drastic changes. It has been hard to catch a break for the last couple of months. It's been a bit of a bumpy road there, but the first 2 weeks of August may feel like a bit of a gear shift as more positive energies start to flow in. However, once Mercury turns direct on the 11th, you'll take charge of your life with clarity and make greater advancements in the area of your life that you are investing energy in. Anything that's been blocked or on hold, it starts to shift positively and move forward. And also, for all you stargazers out there, Jupiter and Venus get up close and personal, so it'll look great in the sky. That's on the 12th of August, a very auspicious day, shall we say, to attract better luck, receive good news, mend any issues or complications, and really harmonize your life. Now, on the 22nd of August, we do have a black new moon occurring in the sign of Virgo, offering a very practical, grounded focus to get more organized. However, it does clash with the planet of chaos and plot twists. I mean, of course it does. Uranus. So there may be some unexpected surprises that you need to navigate at the end of the month. Now, Jupiter, planet of good luck and abundance, endeavors to really take the edge off and turn these plot twists to your favor. So, it could be very positive surprises there. I want you to be aware of. I mean, you've got a 10 of coins here, so there could be some nice financial surprises there for you as well. Now, on a global scale, and please fast forward this part if you really don't wish to hear it, I did mention in July's forecast that Mercury retrograde would play havoc with technology and internet security, and we saw a major power outage across Starlink, and some of the well-known brands experienced cyber breaches. Mercury retrograde does not play nice, and we do have that post-shadow right up until the 25th of August. That's the only reason I'm mentioning it. So be mindful that we may see more of the same. Strengthen any passwords if you feel the need to, and save down important work. Nothing to be paranoid about, of course, but always important to be mindful and vigilant. Also, in the yearly forecasts, I did mention this year would be all about fire and water. And this is due to the planetary movements as well. It kind of indicated that. And we have, of course, seen some major seismic shifts as well. I did mention that this would occur in and around the Ring of Fire, activity in the Pacific Ocean too. And of course, this is a very active part of the world anyway, but we have already seen some unusually high activity. Unfortunately, and I hate to say this, but I do envisage more to come. I wish this was not the case, because I don't buy into the currency of fear, but landscapes are shifting, and we've seen an uptick of extreme shifts as well as erratic weather events globally. So, you know, August may actually encourage global conversations centered around weather systems changing direction, jet streams becoming unstable, ocean patterns altering, significantly impacting the topography due to seismic activity, and of course, how we can navigate these changes and what are the causes of these changes, and really like digging a little bit deeper to find out what's going on there, because August is a month of managing. Okay, and that's about managing and releasing pressure and the buildup of pressure, and really observe to find motivation to build for the future, both globally and personally. So overall, it's a very powerful month to align with what brings you joy and offers you a platform to be more sociable, more present, whilst at the same time making major advancements to achieve your personal goals, to embrace your inner fire, your playfulness, and basically be more you. So let's see what's going on here for you, because your first house is influencing you, and that's all about, you know, yourself, taking time for you, really being thoughtful, very cerebral, soul searching, you know, for your place in the world. If you're unhappy with any aspect of your life, now you focus on setting those changes in motion for the better. So also you could see yourself like revamping your wardrobe, changing a look or a style, being more flamboyant, you know, changing a beauty routine. This is a period of treating yourself because of that first house there, but also looking at what makes you unique, your strength makes you unique. You're a natural born leader. So this is you standing out from the crowd, whether it's in your career, whether it is, you know, in a community, whether it is in perhaps a family dynamic. This is you taking the lead or giving advice or showing people the way, maybe even leading by example there. But the Emperor is, you know, a card of responsibility. So I feel you have responsibilities and duties to adhere to this month, and you're staying on course. This is a card of success. It's a card of focus. It's about protecting and using your knowledge in order to secure your future. Now, the Emperor is all about being in charge. So it could be that you have to take the lead or be in charge of something, or you're given more responsibility this month, or maybe someone asks you to help them and you feel a duty to help them in some area. Especially, we've got a King of Cups here, okay, and a Five of Coins there. So this could indicate that someone, you know, is struggling with something and you offer some really good advice, or you're just a good listener for this person, and I feel it builds a deeper bond between you both there. But the Emperor is an energy, especially since we got the Eight of Coins. Look at that. That's probably why I could feel that energy. Eight of Coins is routine. It means, you know, there's something you have to do that you're really good at, that is repetitive, and it's like you are, you know, super focused and diligent on it. I mean, I feel there's discipline here, owning your time, being organized and structured. The Emperor is structured, and you're serious and very productive. You're going to complete whatever it is that you start. And we do have that Seven of Coins, Eight of Coins. I mean, there's a lot of coins here. 10 of Coins, 5 of Coins. So you're all up in your finances as well, especially because your 8th house is influencing you. And this could be your joint finances, okay? Mortgage repayments, staying on top of credit card debt, paying down debt in a certain way, because there's a lot of energy here around your finances. So it can be that, you know, you've got like a certain amount with that 10 of Coins, and everybody's having a little bit of a nibble of your finances, as it were. It could be, you know, you're paying off mortgage, or maybe there's a higher purchase debt that you're kind of transferring your finances to, and just basically staying on top of your usual financial strategy there. So you could be looking at ways to either increase your finances or look at what you're left at. You're calculating this month, because that 8th house is going to influence you to try and transform your finances. So some of you could start your own business this month, or have ideas in order to manage your finances, or put your finances into establishments, because the Emperor can be an establishment where you get better kind of yield on your finances, better interest rates, for example. I mean, you may hear of one kind of financial institution that you kind of enjoyed banking at. They may actually lower their rate, and you may feel a little bit dissatisfied with that, but you may actually decide to change or try something new. Always do your due diligence if you're like shuffling your finances around with different accounts. You know the drill, my beautiful Aquarians, but I feel like you will get a better opportunity elsewhere for your money this month. That's what I'm seeing there. But this month is all about investments and, maybe even trying to save more money than you thought you could. Let's put it that way, because I feel there is this energy of being able to save a little with that Five of Pentacles, but also I feel this is a card that highlights you may be looking at alternative forms of abundance, overlooked treasures. And what I mean by that, hidden talent. So some of you may actually just have an idea about something that you're really good at or creatively, excited by, because there is a new start here. Page of Wands is your sense of purpose. Okay, and we have the Fool card. So some of you are thinking about your purpose, thinking about your journey, but also there's something here that creatively you are so good at that you have not explored fully. And I feel you could create a business out of this. Now, of course, it's not all about business, but I feel, if you are someone who is thinking about setting up your own business, I feel with that Page of Wands, you're being bold and daring and you're finding something exciting to do. You have a vision and you're running with it. You're enthusiastic about it, and it's the beginning either of a new project or a new idea. Or if, for example, you are someone who already runs your business, it could be that you have a new line to launch or a new product or perhaps a new client coming in. I just feel there's something new in and around career endeavors this month for you. So if you are in a career, not everybody is, of course, but if you are, I feel like there could be some sort of new role that you will love, okay, that gives you more interaction, but it's also this energy of like, you kind of, the Five of Pentacles, it feels like for some of you, it could be that perhaps this new role elsewhere, if you're leaving one role, because I feel some of you with the Five of Pentacles, it could be that you take less finances briefly, but it's to staircase financially later on, because you get the Ten of Pentacles later on. Okay, this is a resistance position card, which means anything that you feel like you lack right now, it will go into the upright and you'll get that. Okay, this is literally to double your finances. So some of you, and it's only because your 8th house is influencing you, and that is about, how you, because your first house, how you can transform your finances. Okay, so that may be something that is on your mind, more typical than not, okay? But ultimately, this is a sense of duty. So a lot of you could be focused on your duty to your family or to your friends, but I feel more than anything, it is to your, it's the Eight of Pentacles here, yeah, to your routines. You're consistent on something. Now, of course, the Eight of Pentacles can be to give back to self. Okay, it can be that you're investing in self this month, whether that's through greater learning, understanding. It could be that you're going on a course of learning, educating yourself, upskilling in some way, or learning more about who you are. So I feel this is about you kind of like trying to advance this month in some sort of commitment. You're dedicated to something, and, a repetitive cycle means you're a pro at it. But also you have so many earthly energies with that 5 of coins, 8 of coins, 7 of coins, 10 of coins. This is all about your body as well, because pentacles can be very earthy, connected to body, mind, and soul. So I would say that a lot of you are, if you have been unwell, you may be doing some repair work, getting back to best. But also I see you kind of like either in training, physically in training, or, upping and increasing the amount of steps you do, or taking action in some way, but also looking at your eating habits and just trying to nourish yourself in a different way. The Emperor can be that you're being stricter. Okay, so stricter with your finances, stricter with your diet or with your routines, staying on top of things, maybe creating some sort of structure that benefits you so you don't feel so exhausted. That's what I'm seeing there. But also, A lot of you are thinking about your long-term goals and plans. The Emperor plans for the future, like a 5-year plan. So you could be calculating something. A lot of you are trying to pool your resources, maybe to do something that you love right now. I mean, a lot of you could be like, yeah, I'm pooling my resources in order to take a vacation, because the Fool card and the Page of Wands with the 10 of Pentacles can be that you are thinking about going on a big trip, or you're saving for something big and new, something exciting. So I would say that you're, just being a little bit more careful with your finances and staying on top of things for this month. I mean, I have to say this part, and I really don't want to. Some of you may need to repair something this month because, of course, the Eight of Pentacles is a repair card as well, and the Emperor can be to get someone who is a pro, or, someone who's qualified to repair something. Looking at Seven of Pentacles, I mean, Seven of Pentacles can be that this is something that perhaps has been repaired before and you're having an issue with it again. You're like, what? So it could be under warranty or under insurance, because looking at it, I feel like you actually don't give out the money. I feel like you may have to kind of like give out the money at first, but you gain it back on insurance or on some sort of like warranty. Okay, so that's coming through there, but I just had to mention it because it came through. Ultimately, I feel like you are productive this month. If you have just had a vacation or even a staycation, I feel this is about you getting serious about your plans and saying, okay, I need to, think about the future, without putting the pressure on you, because I feel like with that Fool card energy, there's something here that has a lot of potential, whether it's a new direction, whether it is a new environment, whether it is a new project, or even just a new approach to something. I just feel like there is this energy of trying to find balance between being serious but also having fun with something. I mean, the history of the Emperor, the card from many decades, eons ago, as it were, the Emperor always had a Fool in the back of the card, which was there to remind the person to, remember that life, it's serious sometimes. There's a lot going on, and sometimes we're under a lot of pressure, and we feel duty-bound to our goals and our sense of stability. But we must always have time for fun, or be ready for new things, be open to new ways of doing things, just to keep things fresh. Otherwise, you will feel a little bit like bored or frustrated if it's the same old thing, just a different day, okay? But I do see a lot of you connecting to educating yourself in some way. And you could be educating yourself on like food, or you could be educating yourself. I'm getting strong energy here of skill development, language learning coming through as well. But I feel this is reinvesting in self, but basically being focused. And I would say here that, something is developing here, and you're going to have some really good news that you'll toast actually at the end of the month. But it's really interesting because I really want to pull a card on the Five of Coins. If you're someone right now who's looking for a job, okay, an opportunity, I feel there is, I feel there's several lines of inquiry. This is the way I'm being given it by my guides. So you may be putting your resume out there going, okay, that one, I like that. I feel like you may have to let an opportunity down, or you may have a minor disappointment on an interview, okay? But you get the dream job opportunity. This is a role that has like a higher rank to it. I feel there is more money connected to it in some way, but it feels like a starting salary, and then it goes to more later on. So it may be a little bit less than what you were hoping for at first, but it staircases once you seal the deal, for example. But let me just pull a card on that Five of Coins. That's always a reminder of to focus on your strengths, okay? Rather than your weaknesses. And also, a lot of you are building in confidence this month, whether you're going for an interview or not. I feel like you're focusing more on being more confident. You are you, and that is your superpower. So I see you celebrating yourself a little bit more, and, overcoming doubts on something, because Five of Pentacles can be doubts. I mean, look, my guides said the King of Cups, and has given me King of Cups again. So you will toast something that's coming in here. I feel this is something you're going to love, something that's really like fair comes your way, something that just makes your heart sing. And also it's partnered with the Chariot card. So this is overcoming an obstacle. This is you making major advancements. I mean, for some of you, this is a purchase of a car. So it could be this large purchase that you're making, okay? Because we have that 10 of coins there. So it could be you have money in reserve. And then you're going to have half that money left because, of course, you're purchasing a car, for example, or upgrading your car in some way. But it's something that makes you smile because you got the Sun card there, and you're going to love the make and model of this car. But I feel with this King of Cups, this is about you doing something that you love and seeing a major advancement there. The Chariot card is an energy of willpower, determination to succeed, and being steadfast in your efforts. You know, there's self-control there, but also there is a victory coming in because, you know, you're working with the universe. So the Chariot card, the figure on the Chariot card, if you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot or most decks that have a figure in the Chariot card, there's no reins on the horses or the sphinxes or anything like that, because it basically means sheer willpower gets you there and the universe supports your path. You're on the right path. So there could be a directional gauge this month where you have to make a decision. Do you take a left or right in life? But I feel like you're on target and you're on track and you will celebrate a win. Okay, something that actually will make you quite emotional, something that will make you feel really sensitive, like, yeah, I broke through, I did it. And it could have started with an insecurity as to whether you will make it or not, or whether you will conquer this, or whether you will achieve this. And the answer is yes, you're going to. The overarching energy is the main energy. It kind of cancels out all energy, but the Sun is the most positive outcome in the deck. So I see a positive outcome on something that either you were worried about, or that you felt perhaps was unobtainable or just out of reach. And for some of you with the King of Cups, this can be love, okay? So some of you may feel like you lack love, or you would be hopeful to meet a divine counterpart. A lot of you may meet this person traveling, okay? That's what I'm seeing there. Doing some sort of fun activity when you're traveling. Page of Wands is a wanderer card. Sagittarius energy, so that normally means travel. So it could be that, you know, you are booking something with either some friends or, I mean, for some of you, it could be going solo, but I see a lot of you grouping together with people and you're going to have a great time. So a lot of you could be working really hard right now. And I do see that if you're trying to get all your projects done, okay, there could be a last minute rush to get something done. Okay, with that Five of Pentacles, I feel like you make it, but there may be something that either you have to revisit on that or it's not quite complete. And you may feel like, oh, I didn't quite get there, but nearly. And you know what? I'm going to take the vacation regardless, okay? But it may be something that's on your mind. But I feel it is kind of like something that you would have had to return to anyway. So I wouldn't sort of sweat the small stuff on that. Okay, that's coming through. I'm not really sure what that means, but that's what my guides are giving me there. Okay, but these two cards, super positive, you know, success on something that you will love. I mean, this can be a promotion. Kings tend to be promotion energy. So if you are in a career, you know, there could be a major door that opens up for you this month and you get moving. For some of you, this could be a company car as well. But ultimately, the Chariot card, it can indicate that the success is off a disappointment, okay, because we have that Five of Pentacles. So there could be like a minor disappointment, but I feel like it's not something that's major. I feel, you know, there's something bigger and better to come here, and I feel this is about you taking things forward with great strides and leaps and bounds, as it were. Now, Seven of Pentacles, this is you checking the exchange on something as well. So it could be that you're feeling a little bit like, I don't know, dissatisfied with something in your life right now. I mean, because we have a parental figure here or a boss figure, it could be someone that perhaps you are finding is a little bit hard work right now, and you just feel like no matter what you do, it's never enough, or they're trying to micromanage you, or they have certain expectations on you. But I feel like you want to break free from this, and you're going to have a very interesting conversation with this person at the end of August, where they really kind of like appreciate you and say, actually, you're doing a great job. I feel like the only reason, perhaps, and this is not an excuse, but the only reason they've been a little bit critical, and they may tell you about this, is because they want the best for you. Okay, so for example, if this is a boss who's been a little bit micromanagey or has been out of character, kind of a little bit critical, I feel it's because they're aware of some sort of new opportunity and they want to align you with this, but they're vouching for you. So it means that they need to test you, or, you know, they're just seeing if you're up to the job, which of course you are, because the Emperor energy can represent like VIPs or people in positions of authority that, you know, can help you with something or open doors for you. So if you work in an industry or a career, or you have a boss, I feel there's some sort of new role coming in that you're going to love, okay? But there may be something about it that you feel, either you like are disappointed to leave your old role, or you feel there's something a little bit like missing. There's a missing ingredient from this role. However, I feel like you're still going to love it, but you're like, oh, you know, it just means that I don't have this for now, but then you do get it later on. So I feel it's just temporarily not having this one thing in it. I don't know what that one thing is. It's going to be different for everyone. But the Seven of Pentacles, you know, this is also a card of achievement, you know, slow progress. I feel this is about you believing in yourself. And also, I feel you are looking at the alternative this month, no matter what it is. So it could be the alternative lifestyle. It could be a different way of living. It could be a different neighborhood. It could be different projects, different friendship groups. I feel like you're like, okay, you know, life has been a bit same old thing, just a different day. You have a lot of duty, responsibility. You may even be looking at alternative kind of destinations to go on a vacation or a quick trip. I just feel like there is this evaluation going on, like, okay, you're doing a lot of planning for your future and you're factoring in a little bit more excitement, that spark, because you have the Fool card, which is fun. You know, also a lot of potential, new beginnings, definitely. I feel some of you, because there is this energy of curiosity, I feel it's more than anything, it's to do with you being inspired on projects after getting some sort of good news, or being inspired after some good news. There's this independent kind of like streak where you're doing it your way and it feels like it goes very successfully, whatever that is for you. But the Fool card, I mean, this is an energy of kind of like wanting to have fun after working really hard on something. It's like breaking free, getting out there, maybe even starting earlier in order to have more time off in the afternoons. I mean, for some of you, if you're a parent, for example, because there is a parental card there, it could also be that you have children and you are planning fun things to do, activities to be with your children during their school holidays, for example. This is a period where people also tend to go on a vacation. Depending, of course, on which hemisphere you're in and you're watching from. But the Emperor can indicate that whilst there's a lot of people away, you're picking up the slack, but you're really looking forward to having a break of your own. So it could be that you're trying to get everything done right now in order to take a break or do something really fun. Page of Wands, I would say, this is you aligning with your dreams and goals and your visions for the future and hearing some really good news that shows results on something. So I feel a lot of you could be getting results on something. It doesn't have to be connected to like a project, but I feel like there's some sort of result that comes in for you that you will celebrate. This is news. Pages bring news there. But also I feel this is an energy here of like bringing back that spark, you know, being free-spirited. So a lot of invitations. I see a spontaneous invitation coming in for you where your imagination runs wild, or you're just like have an adventure there. I feel also this is the potential for change. I feel a lot of you are like looking at what's going on right now and you looking at the alternative to see the potential for change. So whether it's like thinking about moving abroad or being more independent in your working environment, being more nomadic when it comes to your working lifestyle, whether it is kind of like, you know, talking with your family to see if there's anything new you'd like to experience as a lifestyle choice, maybe even new neighborhoods in some way. But I feel there is this curious streak about you. Let me get my tongue back in my mouth there. But maybe there is curious speak about you as well. Maybe you're articulating yourself from a different viewpoint right now. The first house allows you to express yourself authentically. And of course, you always do that, but you're going to reinforce that in the month of August there. But I would say highly creative time. But there is a hidden talent you have here that perhaps you have not been having the time to focus on, but you will structure your time in a way where you can do that. But I would say from the middle of the month for you, things get really interesting, fun, and I feel like you're rewilding this month as well. So of course you're focusing on your health goals, sleeping patterns, exercise routines, and basically trying to reinvest in you and take quality time out for you there. I just feel like you're managing, because you have the Emperor energy, which is about managing your life, taking the lead. But I would say you're cultivating new skills as well, positive habits and mindsets. I feel like you're breaking cycles this month, maybe even trying to, be very strict with quick fixes. Maybe you're trying to treat yourself, but in a healthier way. I just feel like you're planning as well. You're looking at your plans, evaluating all that you've accomplished so far and where you want to take things to next. And you're getting excited about something. You could be launching something, but I feel that launch doesn't come until like after August. For a lot of you, I feel this is you having plans in motion and getting ready for something, because the Five of Pentacles kind of tells me that, you're just like waiting for the right moment. It just feels like you're working on something and everything is coming together, but it's not quite there yet. It seems to have a lot more success, or it's coming together afterwards. Don't get me wrong. Good news coming in here, and I do see that you celebrate something, but it feels like somehow you celebrate it and then there's like the deliverance of it after August in some way, okay? Now we do have a 10 of coins there, so this is you attracting more wealth or finding a way to utilize your knowledge on money and, build maybe generational wealth structures for some of you. If you're running your own business, some of you may get advice on money. So it could be that you're talking to a financial advisor or a pension provider, for example. You may be looking at the fluctuations of like pensions going up and down in accordance with the markets, and you may be feeling a little bit nervous when they dip, of course, but they will of course rise again. But the 10 of coins, because it's in the resistance position at first, some of you, there may have been some family conflict. I mean, this is a period where, people, especially if you're going on a vacation, there could be some minor clashes of personalities there. There's two people here and a 10 of coins in the resistance position. So if you are having any like complex conflict with anybody right now, I would say that you're just doing you. I feel there's an energy of withdrawing from this. This person's going to miss you from their life if you are deciding to cut them out. But ultimately, I feel with the Sun, the way that this card is positioned, I feel you and this person eventually will look back and see that, you both laid your cards on the table and took accountability for what was said and what went down. And I feel like you can build a stronger relationship in the future, okay? But I'm just going to pull a card on these two people here, just to see what's going on there, because I feel more than anything, this is aspects of self. It just feels like you've got a lot of duty, a lot of responsibility, and then you can let your hair down with that King of Cups. You're like, okay, let's relax. Let's do more fun things. Let's gently get back into the flow of positivity and fun. We have another king there. We have a King of Pentacles, a Tower, and a Four of Swords. So, I mean, the Tower can also be like a radical revamp in some way, especially with the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles tells me you're secure in something. So it could be there's major changes you have to kind of like deal with this month. For example, if you're in a career, it could be that your workplace environment says that they're relocating, or that there is some sort of refurbishment going on. For some of you, you may actually literally take time to spend time at home to do some DIY. Tower can be like a radical revamp of your house. So it could be that you're giving things a lick of paint or doing some major renovations there, lots of noise. For some of you, I mean, this is a very noisy card, and this is a very silent card. Four of Swords is to silence, the environment, or have a getaway, withdraw, to protect your inner peace. But it can be that you're just trying to diligently work on something, and suddenly someone's always pestering you for information or, bothering you. So it could be that you're trying to kind of like manage erupting into a conflict. because the Tower can be a major argument as well. So I would say with the Four of Swords, this is you being protected from anything negative or radically like chaotic, because these are two protection cards either side of that Tower. But I also feel with the Four of Swords, a lot of you may be very cerebral, thinking about, you know, your life, finding clarity, because I feel there's this energy of, yeah, you need a break, definitely, because I feel like you're under a lot of pressure with that Tower energy, but I feel like you're secure to explore, if that makes sense. It's like you want to radically revamp your life in some way, because the Fool card is to take a leap of faith. And the Tower, there's like two people taking a leap of faith because the circumstances have changed. It's no longer just like a tower, it's a tower that's often on fire. So it can indicate that, you know, circumstances have got so critical that you feel it's time to leave, or it's time to, you know, break out of a cycle. You may feel you're driving out the old this month, removing yourself from someone who perhaps, you know, causes chaos in your life. Or, you know, there's a lot of tension between you and a person and you need to just take a step back. I wanted to see if there's like this conflict between you and a person, because I'm feeling that in this energy. And it can be that there is going to be like a climax to this. But with that Four of Swords, both of you withdraw, really think about things, and, you know, you can build. King of Pentacles is always a builder. So it can be that, you know, you can build a relationship back, you know, but there needs to be accountability and both parties need to take a breath, as it were. So this could be a family member, it could be a boss, could be a co-worker, could be a neighbor, maybe even a landlord. But when things settle, it's like, okay, let's be practical. How do we resolve this, or how do I move forward? And I feel some of you with that Five of Coins, it'll never be the same, the relationship. Not 100%, but I feel, you know, there can be a strengthening of the relationship, but I feel boundaries will not be crossed in the future. Okay, so that's coming through there. I mean, some of you may actually get some surprise money, financial win. Tower just means surprise. Something radically shifts or changes, especially if you're feeling stuck in a rut. I always am quite excited when I see a Tower and an Eight of Pentacles, because it normally means that if you've been stuck in a rut, now you're about to break free. You're about to liberate yourself. You're secure enough to leave a situation that is not benefiting you. Okay, so if you're worried about changing or shifting or exiting something that is not, you know, providing you with what you feel is fulfilling, it's time to remove yourself to really think about the next steps. And I feel like you have your answer. The answer is within you. So Four of Swords is always an energy of busyness as well, trying to find the quietness after being a period of busy. You know, there's an energy here of like chaotic environments, but you removing yourself and having quality time for you, because this is a card of value. Financially, I feel with the Four of Swords, if, for example, some of you, not all of you, but some of you may actually have like an unwarranted purchase, or perhaps someone takes like more money than they were supposed to out of like a purchase. So check your accounts, I would say, because you may be shocked that perhaps you purchase something and they charge you twice, or perhaps direct debit comes out earlier than expected. If you got charged twice, you get your money back. There's definitely compensation here, okay, for something. So I would say that there's going to be a period, but I would say you'll have to wait for it, chase it, but you'll get your money back. Also, for some of you, you may purchase something, and when it's delivered, maybe it's not something you want. There's a cooling off period is what I'm seeing there. You'll get your money returned, okay? Yeah, make sure you're aware of the terms, because after the certain days, like 14 or 28 days, you may have to fight for it. You'll still get it back is what I see, but I would say stay on top of any kind of expiry dates this month, because things could get critical, okay? That's such a random message to come through, but I had to, you know, honor it there. Now, for some of you, not all of you, if you've been dealing with probate or inheritance, for example, firstly, I'm sending you a huge hug out there and so much love, because I can see you'd rather have the person. Of course, you may feel a little bit on autopilot at first, like you're just like doing, You know, you just have to get on by and just be practical, because these cards are very practical, this sense of duty. And it may take some time. There may be some very immature people. Maybe that's what the family conflict is about there. There could be some drama, okay? It will be resolved. The relationships will not be the same, okay? There's an energy with that Five of Coins, feeling like you're going to feel left out in some way. But actually, the Ten of Pentacles goes into the upright, so I feel that's not the case. But there may be some people showing some less high vibes than usual, let's put it that way. And there may be a little bit of conflict, especially since we've got, you know, that Page of Wands in the resistance position at first. That can be immaturity, especially when it is partnered with the Fool card. People are not playing nice. So just watch out for that. It will ripple effect. I feel like it may fracture a relationship. But in the future, like way in the future, there could be a potential for an olive branch. Okay, but I don't see you coming forward with that. Five of Pentacles is like, no, you're making yourself scarce, okay, from this afterwards. So I don't like to give that message. But for some of you who are dealing with that, firstly, I feel there's this energy of healing, but it almost like comes after, because you're so much like having to deal with these responsibilities. Almost like put your healing to the side. You know, give yourself some time. Okay, because be more compassionate with yourself. I feel like with that King of Cups, you will be, but it almost feels like you're compartmentalizing at the time. And I feel this energy of you getting a sign, definitely birds. You know, I feel like you may be visited by a bird, okay, that highlights that someone in spirit is with you, and they're protecting you, because you have lots of protection cards around you in August. So if you are dealing with that, not everyone's dealing with that. And I want to be clear, this is not something that you will be dealing with. You know, it feels like this is something that's already happened. It's not something that's going to happen in August. I feel it's something that's already happened, and you are currently like trying to manage the fallout of it and heal. You know, I feel like there will be a period to rebuild and heal. Okay, but have compassion with yourself. There's a lot of unconditional love from this person. Even though they may have been a complex person, I feel there's a lot of love here. And of course, there's always a desire, like if I could turn back time and have different conversations and different ways of dealing with things. But I feel this person is going to show you that they're around you, protecting you, and there's a lot of unconditional love, okay? So with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to move away from that energy there, okay? Because Five of Pentacles can be like grief or loss, or, you know, struggling with a sadness there, a hardship. So I feel that there's a lot of love coming towards you. You're going to feel the love, okay? So again, as I said, with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to disconnect from that energy. Ten of Coins is an energy of affluence. You're building, and I feel like there's this energy here of your dedication and hard work getting to where you want to go, but it almost feels like you're halfway there. There's still more to go, okay? So whatever it is you're building towards, I feel like there's just a lot of hard work going on in August. Even if you're away, I feel like it's still on your mind. And I feel there's this energy of maybe even worry about finances, because the economy is shifting and changing. Maybe you're feeling that there are some radical changes and shocks going on in your industry, merges and redundancies, and you're just noticing all of these structures kind of like being very vulnerable right now. But I do see that you're protected in these times and offered other opportunities if things are shifting for you. But I don't see things shifting for you at this time. I see that you're protected unless you've come to this reading and you're currently searching for a role, in which case I do see you, you know, getting a dream job opportunity. And if you're someone who works for yourself, there may have been a lull in the industry. Things start to pick up pace. I mean, Five of Pentacles can indicate that it's a bit of a struggle right now, but I feel like you're doing what you love, and the money's going to come after. It is going to pick up for you. I feel you may even partner up with like social media platforms or market your skill set. You're really going to be seen. I feel like you are on course to be appreciated for what you offer to your industry, and I feel that you're building for your future. A lot of this month, no matter what you do, it's about building for your future. Even if you're retired, I feel like you're building for your future, reinforcing your life philosophy. You know, you have duties to your family. You may even be thinking about your family lineage, because your first house is all about your identity. It's about who you are. And, you know, this is an ego card, not ego in the sense of, being selfish. It's about who you are based on, the experiences you've had and who you are independent of that as well. So with the sun energy, I feel you're going to have a lot of successes and outcomes, whether you are trying to, invest in self, or stay on top of an exercise routine or health habits or eating habits, or even like reaching for something in your career. I feel like you are going to have major successes in those areas because of this consistency, that you are hardworking and you're taking things to the top. I mean, the King of Cups does indicate you celebrating or toasting yourself, but also this is a very sensitive card, which indicates that you may be kind of like, leading with love. You're kind, and if you have any experiences with a person who is not kind to you, you're not going to like stoop to their level. You're still going to be your wonderful, kind, loving, sympathetic self. You are someone who's an empath, and you are someone who people gravitate towards for good advice and to lean into when they are in need. But I feel also you're aware that you have needs as well, and it should be a reciprocal exchange there. I mean, I do see as well that if you are looking for love, I feel like, there is definitely love coming for you. That's important to recognize. Even though it's hard to meet people, I feel like you're going to meet a person where you just like click, okay? We do have that 5 of coins, and I do want to see what this is, because I do see that a lot of you are working hard. You're at capacity. So there is a strong kind of indication here that, your immune system, there may be a vitamin deficiency, or perhaps you're feeling a little bit run down. I would say also, because the King of Cups is there, stay on top of hydration. Okay, but more than anything, I feel a lot of you are seeking clarity and guidance on your path. I feel, of course, whenever you're trying to do something new or trying to look at the alternative, there's always a feeling of uncertainty. But I feel whatever you're investing in right now, it's going to really put you in the flow and help you move forward, and really celebrate you that you took the courage to go for it, that you explored it. Let me just see. I mean, I see a lot of you working on yourself, healing yourself. Of course, I feel this month, looking at the energy, it feels like it's more about you having more compassion for yourself, allowing you to recognize that you're not just a human doing, you're a human being. So I feel there is that energy there as well. 5 of Pentacles. Isn't that so interesting? I clarified the King of Cups, and the King of Cups came out. I clarified the 5 of Coins, and the 5 of Pentacles came out. So, I mean, you can't write this. You see me shuffling the cards. My guides are literally saying, look at the alternatives. This card can indicate that suddenly, that which you feel like you lack, the universe is stepping in to offer it to you. I feel like you are drawing your attention right now to kind of like counting your blessings in this moment, and realizing that you have so much to be positive for, but there is more to come. And the more you be positive for what you feel like you have, of course, the more the universe will offer you. So I do feel like you are tapping into that vibration right now. I mean, this is a card that indicates that it's hard right now, but I feel like you are doing a great job, and I feel there is something really positive to celebrate here. But I would say with the 5 of Pentacles, because I was feeling that energy, I would say you may identify a vitamin deficiency, and also notice that perhaps, you are a little dehydrated there, because it is connected to a King of Cups there. But also I feel there is this energy of, and this is not going to resonate with all of you, but I feel there is an energy for some of you that perhaps you've dedicated yourself to something, or to a duty or responsibility, and you're feeling a little bit lonely or isolated. And I feel this month you actually come out of your comfort zone and connect to a hobby, or you connect to something that's really fun and exciting to do. And I feel like you actually meet a friend for life at this. Okay, you build a really strong friendship where this person really sees you, and they take you at who you are. There's no, kind of like expectation for you to be anything other than you. So that's coming through there as well. I feel like you're a very strong person, and I feel like you are overcoming a confidence issue here as well, because 5 of Pentacles can be doubt. So I feel in this kind of like giving back to self period, you're trying to gain more confidence, or even look at the things that you doubted in yourself when you were younger, because we have that Fool card there. And because your first house is there and your 8th house, I would say some of you may be doing a bit of decluttering or kind of revamping your home space in some way. And you may come across like old photographs and see that, you know, back when you were younger, you know, how beautiful you are still and how beautiful you were. And you may have been really critical of yourself then, or felt like you were not enough then. And you're like looking back at those photos going, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? Why was I so insecure on that? Or, you know, why did I think those doubts when, you know, you're awesome. But when you look right now at yourself, you're still the same. You're still beautiful. You still actually, you look a lot younger than your age there as well. And I feel like you're going to get a compliment this month too from somebody, maybe even a stranger. That's what I'm being given. They're not being weird. They're just like telling it how it is. But I feel, yeah, there is this energy of you kind of looking back and thinking, wow, I should have been more confident. And it kind of reinforces now, like, be more confident. You are you, and that literally is your superpower. But, I mean, I feel like I'm being given the same energies here because we've got a broken vase, which represents hardship, maybe even like this kind of like combustible energy, a bit of conflict. Something will not quite be the same again, but it can be mended, for example. But also you've got that broken vase, and we've got the baby card there as well, and the phoenix rising from the ashes. So it tells me that this is you kind of like conquering something or overcoming something this month that you are kind of like going to benefit long term. But it can be that, you know, with that baby energy, you felt vulnerable because of these struggles or worries. But I feel like you're going from strength to strength. There's a really positive transformation here. Also, you know, there is a new beginning. So it's like looking at the alternative that offers you a new beginning. But we've got another 5 there for you. And it says here, hardship, misfortune, trial, overcoming, a crisis, 2 steps backwards, change of state or change. Some of you grieving, I did pick up on that as well. And again, I'm sending you so much love and hugs out there. Fixing something, I did mention that. An opportunity coming on in. Pressure, I feel like you have been under a lot of pressure. And then we've got adversity, disappointments, setbacks. But I actually see the trajectory of your reading is kind of the same because it's got cardinal, new beginnings, rapid growth, fresh new start, unlimited potential, innocent, continuing new legacy, warmth, purity, new phase, the birth of a child for some of you. The Fool card can be that you're pregnant. And, you know, you are going to give birth. I would say you're in good hands there. But there may be a change in the birthing team as well. But I feel like you're in really good hands, like someone who's really qualified comes in and someone who's a lot of empathy. But also I'm being given this energy of you like looking at the world and feeling like how it's changed, and that there are some things that are shattering, like illusions, or because that's what a tower can be. It can be a shattering of an illusion there, or structures. And it can be that there's so much new potential in this, and that although it's a bit of a struggle, it can be that you're rising from the ashes or raising your vibrations. I mean, it says here transformation, eternal soul, renewal, resurrection, rebirth, rising from the ashes, emerging, new era, alchemy, transmutation, ascension, and the end is just the beginning. So if you have experienced some sort of ending of something, whether it was a separation or an end of, you know, a relationship that you're outgrowing, or maybe you're just feeling different, out of sync, or out of alignment with something, I just feel like you're getting back into alignment because there is this gear shift. Maybe some of you are having to shed or let go of something in order to do something more that you love right now, or, you know, to take the pressure off. But I do feel that there is some really great things for you to be celebrating in this month as well. So, yeah, I see that you've been going through it, but I feel it's going to get better. And you can see that tangibly in the month of August, okay? So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune for you. Okay, so we have the mask. It's so interesting. Every sign is kind of getting this trinket. Even though I close my eyes and like pool around in the trinkets, we got the mask. So some of you could be like seeing things really clearly, or seeing a person in a different light, A lot of you, this could be your focus, because this is to frame your eyes so that you focus on something. But also, this is you being your authentic self. And when you are, stating who you are and your needs from a healthy place, people's expectations start to kind of like shatter. People start to try and control the way you should be doing something when you're trying to do something independently for you, because they go, that's the way you've always done it. Why are you like changing that? So you could be restructuring or revamping your life or your style or whatever this month. And people are like, oh, you're changing. I like things to stay the same, but you're like, nope, I'm doing my own thing. So whether you are radically shifting, changing, or exiting something in order to move into something new, I feel this is like you kind of doing something that brings you joy. But also, I mean, on a lighter note, some of you could be attending like a really fun party where you dress up, fancy dress party, for example. So yeah, I will leave that there. I hope something resonates. I mean, it's very complex, may not resonate with everyone, but I have to honor what comes out there. So thank you so much, my beautiful Aquarians, and love and light.